everybody, it's Amy from Winterwood Studio, and today is the long-awaited day. I'm going to walk you through the entire process of designing enamel pins so you can turn your artwork into your own enamel pins. I'm going to tell you how to do it even if you don't have Photoshop. I'm going to be using Procreate and my iPad. You can use any drawing software, even like Windows Draw, is that still a thing? Windows Paint. And I will show you all the tips and tricks to make sure you get good results. And I will be telling you who my supplier was because there's no gatekeeping here. So come on in and we're going to design a new pin from start to finish as I show you how to make your own enamel pins. These are my two pins that I designed and recently launched in my shop. At the time of filming this, I am almost out of Blue Jay pins and there are some Goldfinch pins left. So if you'd like some, make sure you head on over to my shop and get them while they're still available. I won't be remaking them. I'm going to be working on my next design today. My shop will be linked down below. This video is not exactly sponsored by GSJJ. They did help me design my first pins and I got a few for free. I was not paid in any way, so this will also be a review of GSJJ. Also, sometimes they go by BPS. I'm going to be designing a new pin today. I was thinking of maybe doing a Halloween one, but I think it's too late. Today's August 31st. I think it's too late to do a Halloween pin. So maybe a holiday pin. I will double check that and see, and then I will show you how I design my pins. I use Procreate. I do have Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. I'm more comfortable with Procreate. I'm learning Photoshop. I'm getting better every day, but I'm still more comfortable with Procreate, so I'm going to be working in that. You can save the Procreate file as either a JPEG or even a Photoshop file, which is what I did, so I will show you how to do that. And then I know a lot of pin companies like you to use Adobe Illustrator to do a vector design of your illustration. GSJJ did not have me do that. They were extremely helpful. I will go through it all and show you what I sent them and how I picked the Pantone colors and everything, and we will design a new pin together. So come on in. Oh, I already said that. Let's go design something. I'll get my iPad and meet you back here. Okay, so here we have our basic sketch. I'm going to make a new layer. And I am going to go to, okay, we're going to have any basic inking tip will do. But we're going to start by inking, oops, that's way too big, inking over our design. Hard enamel is, so your base of your pin is like a stamped metal mold, and the lines that I'm drawing now will be like the raised lines that hold the enamel. So this is going to be a hard enamel pin. Hard enamel fills the lines. Here, let's take one of these out so you can see what I'm talking about. So hard enamel fills each one of these sections of the mold almost flush to the top. So if you run your finger across, it's nice and smooth. That's hard enamel. Soft enamel is where it's not filled all the way. It's more like half. And the metal lines stick out, giving it a more textured look. It is also cheaper than hard enamel. But today we're going to be doing a hard enamel pin. So these lines that we're drawing are the raised lines that are going to hold the liquid enamel when they go to pour it. So you're going to want to get it as smooth as you possibly can, although they do smooth it out a little bit in the process. GGJS was extremely helpful in making my pins work for me. I had never made one before, and they answered all of my questions and got back to me in a very prompt, timely manner, and were extremely helpful. I'm rounding these ends off. I don't want them to be too sharp because I wouldn't want anybody to get poked while wearing these. So that's a good tip right there. Make sure your points aren't so sharp that they're going to hurt somebody. You're going to want to make sure they connect all the way if it's going to hold a color. I can see I missed a spot there. and we're just going to draw in our mold lines like this. Now, if you make an area too small, they may not be able to fill it with the enamel, so keep that in mind. JJGS can help you with that part of the process to make sure that everything that you draw will work with their mold making practices. Okay, so now we have our basic drawing here. We'll turn off our sketch. Now it's time to refine any lines that seem shaggy or not as smooth as we would like. Just keep going over them till you get to the level of smoothness that you want. Another thing to keep in mind is the less colors there are, the cheaper your pin will be. So if you're on a budget, I would say I think four colors and under is what they let you do without adding anything else on. I think five colors and you're adding in, I think, 8 cents a piece. And also the more pins you make, the cheaper it is. And then JJGS also has a really convenient thing where if you're willing to wait for longer shipping, like 30 days shipping, you get a 30% discount. So if you have time and you're willing to wait for the shipping, you will actually save money, which is nice. I like that they have that flexible thing, but then you also have the option to have faster shipping if you need it sooner than that, which I might have to do if I want these to be done by Christmas. So what you want to do is just make sure that all your lines are cleaned up and looking nice and like you would want them to look if they were poured in metal and permanent. And then once we get to that stage, we will fast forward on how to select your colors. So I will just speed this up here and meet you back here when I'm ready to select colors. Okay, everybody, so here we are with our finished design. So this is the metal color. I'm going to switch this to gold. So to do that, I'm going to make another layer and I'm going to do clipping mask, and then I'm going to pick a gold looking color. Let's try that. That looks like gold. So then once you have the clipping mask on and your gold color, you just brush over the lines and it will turn just those lines gold. So you're going to make all your line work gold. And then I'm going to show you how to, well, you don't have to do gold. You can do any color you want for their metal. They for sure have silver. I feel like I saw black. Just check out their different metal colors to see what you like. And now I'm going to show you a trick for the picking the colors for the pin. So now you could just pick colors and hope for the best and hope that it's the right color, but that's not how we're going to do it. We're going to go over to our internet browser and we're going to just Google Pantone color swatches. And you're not going to be able to go through Pantone. You're going to need to, if I were making tons of pins, I would get some actual Pantone color swatches. And I may do that at some point. But what we're going to do is find somewhere where we can get Pantone color swatches. So let's go over to Pinterest. And this is kind of perfect because I want reds and oranges. So let's start here. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this page. And just any other colors I think I might help or might want. I like that brown there and that darker red. Okay, so I think I've got some colors here. So now we're going to go back over to our Procreate and we're going to go to the little wrench and we're going to go to Canvas and we're going to hit reference and turn that on. Then we're going to go image, import image. And here you can see all of our Pantone swatches that we just took colors or photos of. I'm going to start with this one. And oh, I like this color. So what we're going to do is we're going to press and hold on the color we want. When that circle pops up, it means we've selected that color. So now we'll just move this up out of the way. Now we're going to make sure we have a layer underneath this. And we're going to let's pick a hard brush for this. Hard brush. And we're going to just, it's too small, trace around the edges of the area we want our first color. So you don't have to be super accurate with this as long as you don't go out of the lines. Although JJGS was so helpful for me that I bet if you did go out of the lines, it probably wouldn't matter. Okay, I'm actually thinking as I do this, let's switch back to this layer. And I'm thinking that I would like the wing to be a brighter color. So I am going to go back to my black and my inking pen, and I am going to make this smaller. Am I in the inking pen? Yep. No. I'm on the wrong layer. I'm going to go over here and I am going to close this in. Like that. Like that. Okay. And now let's go back to our layer where we were doing our red, switch back to our hard brush and switch back to that red color. And we will just continue to outline where we want the red. And you can always come back and clean up the edges. I clearly went over here. Let's go smaller. And then we're going to grab this, pull it into here, and we're going to just color drop that in. And then we'll just erase this line. I know there's a way to fix this by adjusting the threshold, and I just have never done it. Okay, now, before we go on to the next color, you're going to go up here to the very top, make another layer. I'm just going to use a sketchbook pencil here, and I'm going to zoom in on this so I can see it. And this is, let's go to black and pencil. This is Pantone, that's too small. Pantone colors. This is my trick for making sure you get accurate colors. 181645 TSX Valiant Red. And we're going to go like this, and we're going to go back to this red and back to our hard brush, and we're going to make a circle of this color. And then we'll move on to our next color. Doing this like this with just swatches you get off the internet, I had, one of my colors wasn't right on my goldfinch when I sent them in my drawing, but luckily they were very willing to work with me with the proof. And after 3 tries, we got the right color. In the end, I had to just say, why don't you suggest a color? I'm looking for a warm green. And they suggested this color, and it worked out well. So don't be afraid to ask questions and ask for help, because they are very helpful with those things. And let's go back over here, and we will do his beak this color. Whoops, wrong layer. I try to do each color on a different layer. I don't know if that's helpful or not. I see some line work here I'm gonna have to fix up. I don't like that there. So there's orange for the beak, and then to save a little money, we'll do orange for the feet as well. Color drop that in. And then we'll switch to black. We don't need this anymore, so let's turn off the reference. We switch to black, and we're going to switch back to the hard brush, and we're going to make one more layer And it'll be black here. Okay, so here we have our finished pin design. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to group all of these. And then we are going to select and size it down a little bit because we have to have room for the back of our pin. So now that we have those selected, let's go over here and we're going to duplicate. So now we have 2 of these. So what we're going to do here is flip horizontal because this is what the back would be like. And we're going to go to our group. Let's make sure this is the right one. Yep. We're going to go to our group. We're going to delete all the color layers in this group. We're going to go to this line work layer. We're going to pick our hard brush in black and we are going to fill this in. Well, we're going to outline it and then we'll color drop in the color. Now, if you'll notice, everywhere I didn't put the gold during the clipping mask layer, we will have to redo here in a minute. Just take your time, outline the pin. You're going to want to be careful on areas like this. And then we will color drop in to every area here. And it's going to look a little funny for a minute, but that's okay. We'll fix it in just a second. Okay. Now we're just going to take our brush and fill in any of these lines. Being careful not to go outside of the lines. Let's make it a little smaller and come down here. Okay, and now we're going to go up to this layer again, and we're going to pick that gold, and we're just going to make everything gold. And then we're gonna select this whole group and just maybe move it over a little bit. And then we're going to go to our, let's do ink, and we're going to pick black. And then we're going to pick where we want our pin placements to be. So I would like a pin, we're going to do a new layer above this. We're going to do the pin backs here. And here. You'll have to make sure your pin is large enough to accommodate a back there, otherwise you might have to do it here. And then I like to do like this and then say please, or make sure in a straight line, and then wherever you want your logo stamped, write that in. And that right there is the whole way that you make a enamel pin design. And I will go walk you through how to order these now. I'm thinking I might want these 2 reds to be glitter. So let's go take a look at that now. Okay everybody, here we are over at my computer and I'm going to show you how easy it is to place an order for these pins with my cardinal pin. I'm going to do a screen capture too, and I'll make my face little and the screen capture big so you can see. So what we do is we're going to go over to products and we're going to go to enamel pins. I guess actually before that, let's look at a little of everything that they sell. You can see they sell enamel pins, obviously, and trading pins, but also keychains and lapel pins and patches and PVC patches and challenge coins and lanyards and belt buckles and medals and ornaments and stickers and labels and a whole bunch of stuff. So it's not just pins. They sell lots of different stuff. So I'm going to go to products, enamel pins, and then I'm going to go free quote, quick order. Cloisonne hard enamel. I'm going to say 1.5. shiny gold. And then I'm going to say 5 colors, which adds 8 cents. Up to 4 is free. And then I'm going to add 1 glitter color, so that adds another 15 cents. And then I'm going to do 2 rubber clutches, poly bag, no card. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say 100 pins. And I'm going to say, okay. And now we get to pick the production time. You can see how if you do 5 business days for production and 3 to 5 days for shipping, you get a 0% discount. 10 business days for production and 3 to 5 days for shipping is a 10% off. 18 business days for production and 3 to 5 days for shipping is 20% off. And 30 business days for any quantity shipped by sea, 30% off. And because I did not plan ahead well enough, we're going to pick the 18 business days and 3 to 5 days shipping. So you can see for 100 pins, the price per pin is $2.84 for a total of 302. So let's go back here for a second. Oh, this is in the way. Let's go back to the shopping cart. Okay, so let's do that again, and let's pick 250 pins. Everything is going to stay exactly the same, but we're going to pick 250 pins, just so I can show you what that is. So let's just everything exactly the same, 1.5 gold, 5 colors, 1 color glitter, 2 rubber clutches, poly bag, no paper card, and we'll come over here, and now we're going to say 250 pins. Okay, and then we're going to do the same, the third choice. And if you see now, it's $2.62 a pin. So the less you, or the more you order, the less your price is. So you can, if you plan ahead enough, not like me, you can order your stuff way out and you can get the 30% off discount. But there you go. So that's how easy it is to order it. So I am going to move you back over there and we'll talk a little bit more. Okay, you guys, so that is how you make an enamel pin. So again, the tips that I would definitely follow is make sure your line work is as smooth as you want it to be. If there's a mistake in your line work, it will show up in the molds. Also make sure that your colors are Pantone colors because that'll make the color swatching much more accurate. And then the last tip is when you're putting the pin backs on, if you have more than one, make sure they're in a straight line so you can use one of those pin remover tools to get the pin backs off. It saves a lot of pain and ouchiness on the fingers if they're in a straight line. So I know because I didn't do that on the goldfish pin, but they were in the blue jay, so. Okay, so I hope you liked that video. I hope you learned something. If you want to participate in our Paint-ober instead of Inktober that I'm running over on Instagram and also on Patreon. The links for that will be down below. I think this video is going up in October. And also my shop is open if you want to get your own pins. At the time of filming this, I am getting low on the blue jay pin. So if you would like to order that, the link for that is down below. And thank you for watching this video. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps YouTube know this is quality content. So thank you for being here with me today. And until next time, happy creating.